On Abrego Garcia, please. The administration is reportedly inquiring about his return. Is that to check a box for compliance, or does President Trump want him back on U.S. soil, or both?
Serious stuff. You're like, what is liberals' obsession when it comes to criminals? Or when it comes to just crime, period?
What are you doing, bro?
So, as Secretary Rubio said yesterday in the cabinet meeting, this administration is not going to publicly discuss the inside details of our foreign policy and negotiations with a foreign country. And in particular, we are not going to allow a district court judge to try to become the Secretary of State. Secretary Rubio is the one who, under his leadership and direction at the State.
And then one on Abrego.
Right? Because I'm just watching this conference, right, at the White House and everything, and then they're still talking about like this dude that actually was shipped to Nicaragua, and then there's like so obsessed with him. I mean, like, listen, I get it, illegal immigrations, some people, a lot of them are not here. I mean, a lot of them are not criminal, right? A lot of them are here just to make a buck, try to make some money and all that stuff, right? So they come over here, they try to get some of the job that Americans don't want to do, or don't want to do for cheap wages and all that stuff. So I get it, I understand, but could you guys find a better sort of a poster child for your cause? Like, you guys pick some of the worst people ever when it comes to representing your cause, right? If you criminals after criminals after criminals, you want to fight for the black cause, you get a motherfucker like George Floyd, some dude who actually was got caught on some dumb shit, right? Pulling guns on pregnant people and everything like that, right? It's like, what the dude? Now you wanna represent illegal immigration, right, as a cause. You could have you telling me out of all these millions of immigrants, illegal immigrants, you can't find one crying mother, some cute Hispanic lady out here with a baby in her arm talking about, oh, Mr. Trump is deporting me. Oh, I have to fight for my baby. Something like that, right? Y'all cannot find one pregnant Hispanic woman with another two or three baby in her arm or something like that, crying about crying about deportation. I do not know what to do, senor. My baby, I need to feed my baby. Get this motherfucker to represent your cause. No! You get some dude that was whooping on his wife with MS-13 gang tattoo on her and his freaking knuckles and all that shit. That's the nigga y'all want to pick to represent your cause. No, you're not gonna find sympathy like that. Come on, man.
Terrorists operating on our soil. And our gratitude to El Salvador for agreeing to take custody of these terrorists is immense. With respect to the case that you mentioned, there's now even been more evidence that has been made public of this person's violent, repeated threats and assaults against his spouse. Someone who had repeated, documented human trafficking and human smuggling offenses. Somebody that has extensively documented membership in MS-13, a terrorist organization, and of course he had MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles. This is a person that was a clear and present danger to the safety of the American people. And it is a sad reflection on the state of our media and many of the outlets represented in this room that you obsessively try to shill for this MS-13 terrorist. Well, no coverage occurred in your papers about any of the Americans that were raped and tortured and murdered by the illegals that Biden was importing into our country. You talk about...
You guys are stupid. You're dumb. You just get the worst of the worst to represent your cause and talk about, oh, this is not about thought. This is about, paperwork. This is about the, whatever the dumb shit. You're just like, oh my God, y'all so idiotic. Get something better to do, man. Get a better freaking cause, better people to represent your cause, because y'all ain't getting no sympathy. Oh my God, the love affair with criminals gotta end. Because otherwise, all you're doing is giving Trump more ammunition to throw your way. And be like, look at these suckers. Look at y'all going over there to El Salvador, for the love affair with criminality. And he ain't wrong. If he say shit like that, prove him wrong. You guys hopping on planes, going to see your boo over there, but Mr. Rodriguez, what is going on with you? These tattoos, they don't represent gang violence, do they? No, of course not. Trump is just doing fake news stuff. You are a Maryland father. I don't know what is wrong with this orange man guy. Like, what is wrong with him? He's misrepresenting you, Mr. Rodriguez. I mean, sure, you slap your wife a couple of times, bitch, acting up, you gotta show some discipline, Mr. Rodriguez. Yes, you are a Maryland father. Yes, what was done to you was an injustice. Oh, an injustice. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. That is not how you represent your cause. Get a Hispanic woman somewhere, right, crying for CNN or MSNBC or one of these platforms, right, with a baby in her arm. Okay, maybe have 2 babies. With 2 babies in your arm. Ain't incredible? Mr. Trump is deporting me. That's how you get the public sentiment on your side. Because, Rodriguez? Mr. Rodriguez. That's the hill you want to die on. You stupid.
Due process. The Biden administration made the decision to give extensive due process to 2 Tren de Aragua terrorists that were apprehended at the border just a couple years ago. They were 2 gentlemen. They were from Venezuela. They were members of Tren de Aragua. The Biden administration Border Patrol apprehended them and made the decision to provide them with extensive due process, put them onto a program known as supervised release, and put them on ankle monitors so that they could go through a lengthy legal judicial determination as to whether these legal aliens who had just set foot on U.S. soil might want to live in the United States for the rest of their lives. What was the result of that decision? What was the result of that choice that was made? Those 2 men kidnapped a young girl named Jocelyn Ungary from her family. They beat her, they sexually assaulted her, they tortured her, they stripped her, they murdered her, and they dumped her body. That is what the Biden administration's policy was. Most of your papers never covered her story when it happened. To the extent that you covered it at all, it was because President Trump forced you to cover it by highlighting it repeatedly over and over again. He had to shame you into covering it. And each and every one of you that sides over and over again with these MS-13 terrorists, to the extent that you have the financial means to do so, you all choose to live in condos or homes or houses as far away from these kinds of gangbangers as you possibly can. If I offered any one of you a rent-free home with no taxes to pay in any of these gang neighborhoods, and I said your neighbors are MS-13 terrorists or Mexican mafia or Sinaloa cartel or Tren de Aragua, I couldn't pay you to live there. But yet you, with your coverage, are trying to force innocent Americans to have these people as their neighbors, and that one day their daughter may be abducted from their home and raped and murdered. So you're not going to get an ounce of sympathy from this administration or President Trump for the terrorists who've invaded our homes and our country.
Mother. Anyway, you know what it is. I'm your host, The Haitian. So share, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.